Okay, this is Mr. Elmhurst. We're going to go through the solving ratio problems homework. We're going to take a look at the first thing here, question one. As we look at these word problems, we're going to be looking at the two things that are being compared. So as you look at it, it says the cleaning solution, you're going to mix 1 cup of bleach with 16 cups of water. So the two things that are being compared, the linked relationship is bleach and water. So over here in the work, what we could do is just go ahead and label bleach and water, and then put it together right here. So 1 cup of bleach, and then 16 cups of water. So that's the given information here. Now we get to the question, the how. How much bleach should you mix with 80 cups of water? So the question is going to be asking about 80 cups of water in order to have the same strength of cleaning solution. All it's talking about is just mixing these two things. And if we put them in fraction form, and then we compare the water to water, put them in the same positions with bleach on top, water on bottom, then we have the similar ratio, bleach to water, and then bleach to water. And you could call this ratio 1 and this one ratio 2 on the other side. And we're going to set up what do we need to do to these two ratios in order to make them equal. So we want to have an equal mix. And so to make them equal, we just put an equal sign in the middle. So 1 cup of bleach, 16 cups of water. So then the question mark is how much water or how much bleach do you need to mix with that? Now we get into the math. We start comparing 1 to 16 and ask if we're going down 1 to 16, you're going to multiply. But if you're going from 16 up to 1, then you're going to divide. And because we're missing the information on top, we're going to need to divide in order to get the missing information. And we're going from 16 down to 1, so we're going to go from 80 down to something. So 80 divided by 16 to find out what we multiply by. Now, if you don't know your multiples of 16, you can also do a T-chart. 16, 32, then just keep adding 16. What is that? 48 plus 6 again. So that's going to be, and then plus 16 again. Actually, it works out nicely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 multiples of 16. They're going to go into 80. So you go in here. 5 times 16 is 80. There is no remainder. So this is going to be 5 cups of bleach. And you could go over here and then take it out. Once you solve it, the ratio 1 is 1 to 16, 1 cup of bleach to 16 cups of water, or that would be equivalent to 5 cups of bleach to 80 cups of water. So step 1, we're going to look at what is being compared. Then step 2, we're going to look at the math. And then step 3, you're going to solve. All right, so I'm going to go through a couple more examples here for the assignment, and then students will choose 3 other ones that they're going to do themselves. In a recent year, Joey Chestnut won a hot dog eating contest by eating nearly 64 hot dogs. So we got hot dogs in minutes. So go over here and label hot dogs and then minutes. Now look at the original given information, put it in the order that is given. We have 64 hot dogs to 12 minutes. Now you go over on the other side, and then we get to the question. If he ate at a constant rate, determine about how many hot dogs. So here's the question. How many? How many hot dogs did he eat every 9 minutes? So there's 12 minutes that is given, and then it asks a question about 9 minutes. So make sure you put the labels in the same position. If you put hot dogs on top on one side of the ratio, then put hot dogs on top on the other side of the ratio. So we can look at multiples to see if you can multiply 12 times something to get 64. And I believe 12 times 5 is 60. It does not have an even multiple. So we could simplify this ratio to make an equivalent ratio and see, can we compare 12 to 9 more easily if we simplify. So 64 and 12, half of 64 would be 32, and half of 12 would be 6. So 64 to 12 is the same as 32 is to 6. And if we do half again, I believe that's going to be half of 6 is 3, and then half of 32 is 16. So we're just doing a half strategy of simplifying. So now we have another ratio here that's equivalent, just doing quick math, and we can compare that to 9. So 3 times 3 would be 9. 16 times 3 would be 48. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 6 is 18. 30 plus 18 would be 48. So this particular problem did not have an easy ratio that would multiply or divide evenly from 12 to 9. So then we tried simplifying to help us solve it. So we got ratio 1. If there's 12 minutes, they're eating 64 hot dogs. That means if there's 9 minutes, there's 48 hot dogs. And the statement over here, we did not write a statement up above, but we have 48 hot dogs for every 9 minutes as for a solution. Okay, the third example I'm going to go through for the video is right here. Skim milk contains about 80 calories every 8 ounces. How many calories does 10 ounces of skim milk contain? So we go back and we look at what two things are being compared. We have calories and ounces. So I'm going to switch it up here and then use a different form. Instead of fraction, I'm going to use colon. So this is calories, colon, calories, colon, and then ounces. So there's 80 calories, use your labels, and then there's 8 ounces, calories and ounces. Now going to the second one, the how. How many calories does 10 ounces have? So this is connected, 10 ounces. So we're going to go over here and say 10 ounces. And the question mark is how many calories? The multiplication and division with ratio also helps us in word form or colon form. You can use this to compare. 8 times something equals 80. So then you use that same multiple on the other one to help you out with 10. And 8 times 10 is 80. So 10 times 10 would give us 100 calories. So we take out the question mark and then we put our answer in there. Just using multiplication or division with ratios, 8 times 10 is 80, 10 times 10 would give you 100, and that would be our solve. So we go over here, 10 ounces. 10 ounces would have 100 calories. Now you're going to go ahead and choose 3 more of the problems to set them up and solve them on your own. You pick which 3, and when you're done, go ahead and turn it in and let me know.